Hello everybody, welcome to Big Stupid Country. It's a big stupid country out here. How are y'all doing today? Alright, let's right off the bat, we found us 3 beautiful specimens. Look at them, getting the point downs ready. All of them wearing the same hat, slow walking. They're really something else, ain't they? Just precious, precious. Scary fellas right there. Here comes the biggin. I know who got picked last for dodgeball. We're gonna just spank his big stupid ass. Here comes this other bitch right here. Oh, look at that parry shield. It's not going to be long. We are going to have us a parry attempt. You can tell she's smart because she just stands right there in the poison swamp. Oh, look at that. That's a good parry attempt. All right, let's see if we can make her do that again. Wow. Really, something else. What a great show of ability, if nothing else. I'm in awe. Unbelievable. Really, probably one of the smartest specimen I've come across in all my time doing this right here. Oh, that's right there. That's a weapon that will really disappoint your father. It's both a katana and a dark weapon. So really, just if you're trying to make your father feel like you were a mistake and he shouldn't have done any of this, then that's the one to use. Now you can tell she's fired up. Nothing she's done thus far has worked, so she's just resorting to throwing knives. We're going to show her that we can even do that better. Just an absolute genius right here. We must have interrupted their mating season. You saw how they were all sitting down. See how he, well, I was going to say that biggin sitting down, but that's no surprise. They must have been sitting on their eggs. What these kind do here, see, none of them's got a pecker. They're all bitches. There's no bucks in the pack. It's just all bitches. So what they do is they go around and they steal eggs from other smarter animals. And they take the eggs home and they sit on them. And what they'll do after that is they'll get their hands, they'll spit on them, good and wet. Look at that big stupid weapon it's using. That's, wow, really something else. Look at that. So proud and majestic. Anyway, they'll spit on their hands and then they start just vigorously rubbing their anuses. And they put the eggs in there. And that's sort of how they simulate childbirth. That's scientifically proven. Throwing some bombs, trying to smoke them out just a little bit. Good parry. Wow, you can tell he's learning. He's like a little tadpole taking his first step out of the swamp right there. We'll get him with that hunter charm. Now when you invade in here, hunter charms are doubly important because if you throw one on a poison feller, there's not much he can do about it. He'll just sit there and die of poison. Look at him, he's going. Oh, let's go ahead and parry this. There we go. Now he's going to run off, but we're going to have these other two on us. So we'll just keep on backing up. No big deal. Every once in a while, we're going to turn around. We're going to smack them a couple times, just to keep them good and riled, like a hornet's nest. And we're going to keep dragging them back into these groove fellers here. Look at that! Wow! Did it twice in a row. Wow! Dad's just crying. Oh, look at that right there. Point down. Let's answer that. Let's give him the point up. That's too much for their brains. They can't handle that. They are enraged. They only know one direction. Oh, here we come. The host is back at it again. All right, so let's see if we can hit him a few times. Now it's hard for him to learn. You know, there's hit, dodge, and heal. It's hard to keep up with when you're supposed to do each one. So look at him. He ain't healed yet. There he goes. He figured it out. Look at that. He doesn't have any FP, but he's still slamming his hammer down like he does. He's something else, ain't he? Just precious. Just precious. The whole place sort of smells like that classroom in kindergarten. The one that always smelled like sawdust where the kids would just vomit all the time. You know which one I'm talking about. We're going to run back here in this swamp. Here's another thing. You want to keep some of these moss on you. You know, that'll keep you from getting poisoned. Now, it's very important if you're going to be invading any swamps that you do that. Now most of these idiots, they don't understand that, so they just get poisoned and just kind of have to deal with it. Good hitbox there, jumping on me like a pile of lice. Here comes the other one. Now I'll give you $1 if you can guess what they do. But that's all right. That's all right. We tagged him. We know where he's at, so we'll try and get back in here. Black Dynasty. That's a good name. Failwinter, yep, that's him. We're right back in it. Now that one phantom was going home. They'd probably been worn out, tuckered out from just vigorous anus rubbing. So there he is. Look at him, brave as can be. Here comes his buddy. Now I'm gonna show you a trick right here. Y'all can use this. This is kind of my thing, but I'm gonna let y'all use it. All right, so I'm just kind of whipping ass a little bit here. Look at that. Look at that. You see what I just did? That's their mating call. He can't resist it. Look, I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him for being an idiot and doing it, and he still can't stop. That's how fucking stupid these things are. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. If they were worth the shit to eat, we would have hunted them to extinction by this point. I guarantee it. Anyway, I'm out here in the swamps, and y'all have been saying different onesies. You've been clamoring on the YouTube saying, come to the swamps, come to the swamps. Look, I'm not a big fan of these swamps here. I don't like them. But y'all do. Apparently, y'all wanted to see it, so I called up my taxidermist. I said, hey, bud, get ready. I'm going swamp hunting for my YouTubes. And so I'm going to bring him back some bodies. He's going to stuff them real good. Now, most of them have been pre-stuffed with a large assortment of rainbow-colored dildos. That's another thing these fellas like to do right here. Look at this one right here. He is on my ass. We got that Gru back. Now remember, they've already killed most of these enemies once, so I have to remember, you know, this is going to be a long journey back to before I find any more enemies that I can use to help me out here. But fortunately, we know which way to go, so we're going to keep heading back that way. Every once in a while, it's like I said, turn around, hit them, let them remember why they're chasing you. Don't expect to just be able to run and you know, they'll just take the bait every time, because that's not necessarily how it's going to work. You gotta give them a few love taps here and there. And right about here's where we're going to cross the threshold, and them Gru are just not going to stand for it. Now these idiots right here and the Gru, they don't get along at all. Look at him just rolling into it over and over again. You can tell he's so talented. You can tell he's really got what it takes. I'm really thoroughly impressed. And the host, he's poisoned. And what did I tell you? Once they're poisoned, that's it, man. They don't bring moss. They're just that dense. They're like a fucking condensed can of milk. Thick, ignorant sons of bitches. We're just gonna whack him a few times here. We know he ain't got no stamina left because all he's doing is fucking rolling around and running. We'll take our time, just get the shots when we can. Healing right in front of us like a true brain champion. This motherfucker must have graduated from whatever the equivalent of ganker Harvard is, because he's just a real fucking genius. Let's get a good look here at him. Let's take a look at this specimen. It's a good looking bloodstain we left on the floor. Look how far it's retched out. That's, man, really impressive. Good. Alright, now we find ourselves here where it's a similar swamp. It's a little different. This one won't poison you. But man, I tell you what, this invasion might. This invasion right here might poison your heart. Here's the host, Deity Lucia. Very good name, not stupid at all. Look at her go. She's also using that Mangatana there. That thing is just really a great way to fill your father's heart with shame. Your dead relatives will crawl deeper in the earth to get farther away from you. That's how fucking... Look at that! Do it again! You know they will. They always do. Alright. Just whacking her with a big sword, because that's far, far better for the environment. That dark katana, it leaves all kinds of just horrible shit around. Look at her go. Just swinging. Oh, see a deep blue colored guy right there. You see that? That right there. Now, we've seen the white ones and the gold ones. This one's a little different. These only appear when the host gets down on their knees and begs for help. So they're like little sucker fish. Now, the white ones, y'all know all about these, so I won't spend a whole lot of time on this one. Actually, let's just go ahead and get him out of the way. As brilliant as ever, gets guard broke and immediately puts his shield back up. A true brain champion. Look at that, going for the backstab. Truly precious. Here comes the blue again. Y'all hang on just a minute. I gotta fix my weapon. Actually it's a legendary artifact found from the tail of an ancient dragon. So I mean, you know, gotta make sure you do good upkeep on it. So this fight, man, it just dragged on forever and ever. And I know y'all want to see me make use of the level. Well, that's not really going to happen this time. But I tell you who does make use of the level is that their host. She understands that if you got the obscuring ring, you can pretty much just fucking disappear from this place. And no one will ever find you. So you can just sit there and run away, and then, you know, wear your blessed ring, and then come back into the fray later on. This is good shit 101. How to be absolute cancer, and make everyone wish that you had never been born. This is how you do it. If y'all want to learn about that, here's the lessons. This is the teacher. This is the master, and you are the student. People like this are the reason God doesn't talk to us anymore. Here she goes, just running off into the distance. Here comes another one of them sucker fish, here to feed off the host. We'll skip ahead a little bit. Now, at this point, I was pretty much tired of all the shit, so, you know, this was definitely one of the ones that I was going to wear the Hornet ring. I just cannot put up with all this shit. Keep in mind, we're level 37 here. The host also was wearing the Hornet ring, so, you know, don't feel too bad for them, or don't feel bad for them at all. They're literally a Holocaust denier, so, you know, pretty much the worst possible person in the world. We're just going to poise through all that nonsense. It's just absolutely silly. Doing anything with, it's hideous. Hideous. It's like watching a fucking great white shark eat a baby. It's just, no one wants to see it. Verticality. Gotta use it, gotta say it at least one good time. So there it was. Verticality. And then we're onward and upward. Look at this one. Look at that. Wasn't that precious? But we don't have time to be precious right now. We've got to go ahead and look around and try and find this elusive host. Now, they did manage to keep bringing the suckerfish at us. Suckerfish just wouldn't quit. Drove other invaders insane. Look at him. Right there. Now, this when they do that, they become subhuman fucking monkey people. Just absolute fucking Neanderthals. We'll give him a little clap there. Let him know how precious he is. It's always very important that if you're an invader and you get your covenant item and you're lucky enough to get summoned into said covenant, it's very important that you kill the other invaders who have the same mission as you. It really takes a lot of brains to play four-dimensional chess like that. It's really something to be applauded. Absolutely. Fucking brilliant. Genius. Make sure the host gets an Estus back for you dying. Really, really special. The blues just wouldn't stop coming. Up ahead here, you'll see there's a little box waiting for us. Now, we're not a Mongoloid, so we're pretty sure what's in it. We do want to make sure it's not our fella invader trying to set the world's stupidest trap. It is not. It is the host. We give her a good chase. We make her run out of Estus. Fella invader hits us with the fireball there. Really smart, really well played. Make sure that you're always throwing the biggest spell that you got, because anything else would just be stupid. Always throw the biggest one. Make sure the host has plenty of time to get away. Like I said, elusive. And now here's a more different swamp that y'all wanted to see. Now look at these. This is another one of them where they all dress the same and they use the same weapons, and it's just super precious and it never gets old. Everybody loves it. It's good fun for everybody. We've all have just the special minds of a 3-year-old whose mother drank too much. We'll take the 3 hits, we'll roll on the 4th, and then it's backstab time. And remember what I was saying about how they're vigorously rubbing their own anuses so much of the time. They're really open for backstabs, quite a bit. Their anuses no longer have any sort of sensation or feeling. Happy to see that red got involved there. Definitely would have been able to take advantage of that. Oh, or that one. No, definitely couldn't have done anything there. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now, you might see me throwing my lightning urns here. Where I'm from, we call these thunder cans. These right here are great in the swamps because, see that little electricity, little sparkles right there, little glitter. What that does right there is it hits them regardless of whether or not it hits them, because it's water, and current travels through water, and that's what electricity is, y'all. And the more you know. There we managed to find our way inside of his hot, sticky man anus. Clutch of eggs inside of it. But now it's just one left. Now this is the host right here. Now you might be saying, yeah, but they're white colored, and what that is a lot of times when they get together and they just start just humping and grinding and rubbing on each other and rooting around and all that nasty shit, they like to look the same, so that you can't tell which one's which. Good job, fellow invader, right there, making sure I was good and dead. Much appreciated. And look at him throwing shurikens. Really powerful stuff. He was really something else. Thanks for all your help, man. Fortunately, we were able to tag them though, so they're off in the wild, but we managed to get right back in there. We'll take a look around here and see what we can find. Now, this swamp is usually there. They are. Let's take a look with our Nox there. Get our Nox out. Shout out to whoever makes binoculars for sponsoring us. So there they are. Oh shit, they found me and we are off and running. Now, I was saying all the enemies, all the good ones are dead. And by good ones, I mean the giant that summons the archers. He's dead. Look at him, just giving me chase. So we're going to run over here to these turtle guys that spin in circles. Most people don't come over here and kill them because they're such a pain in the ass. But, you know, you'd have to be an idiot to follow me. Oh, looky there, it's the host. Alright, so here comes this turtle, and now he realizes what he's done. So wisely, he decides to climb a ladder. Truly the quickest getaway he could have made. They will always surprise you. Takes my breath away, and his as well. Now let's go ahead and get a look at this one, because this is a fine specimen right here. We'll send this over to the taxidermist, and we'll get it back home when it's all full of fur, and we'll fuck it.